Wilson. I work for the Beaumont Police Department as a detective.
And as a detective, what's your assignment? What do you do?
We're assigned criminal cases. We file those cases with the district attorney's office, make arrests.
And are you assigned to a particular division with Beaumont Police?
I am, yes.
What is that currently?
It's called the Persons Unit.
And how long have you been a detective with persons?
Almost 7 years, just shy of 7 years.
And how long have you been in law enforcement?
17 years.
Where did you start out?
As a patrol officer,
Here in Beaumont?
yes.
Did you attend a police academy?
I did, yes.
And what kind of certifications and trainings do you have that allow you to work as a police officer?
I have a master's peace officer's license.
You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Captain Ponder, would you introduce yourself to the court, please?
Yes, my name is Michael Ponder. I'm the captain of the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office, and I'm the custodian of records, from physical paper copies of inmate records to phone calls, messages, video recordings.
And at the Jefferson County Jail, are all inmate communications recorded?
Yes, sir. All telephone calls made from inside the dorms are recorded.
And can you explain to the court how that system works?
It is an automated system. Whenever the inmates make a call, they have to verify their inmate ID number with a personal PIN number that they create, and it also has a voice PIN authenticator that has to match their voice to what the system has on file.
And are all those calls recorded?
Yes, every phone call that's made from the facility has a prompt whenever they first make a phone call stating that all phone calls will be recorded.
And is there an outside company that runs the technology and runs that system?
Yes, it is a company called Smart Communications. They maintain our phone systems.
And as the supervisor for inmate communications at the jail, are you a custodian of records made by that company as it pertains to inmate phone calls?
Yes, sir.
Is the system capable of making accurate recordings?
Yes, sir.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes, you may.
Showing you what I've already marked as State's Exhibit Number 1 for purposes of this hearing. This is a thumb drive. Have you had an opportunity to review this earlier today?
Yes, sir.
And State's Exhibit 1, it is a recording of an inmate phone call, correct?
Yes, sir.
And can you identify the inmate who made this phone call?
It was Terry Rose.
And it was made on the 17th November 2025, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Is this a true and accurate copy of the phone call made by Terry Rose?
Yes, sir.
And as a custodian, you can identify this for the court and verify that this is, in fact, Terry Rose making a phone call from the jail.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, at this time, I'll offer to evidence State's Exhibit Number 1.
Your Honor, I've been provided a copy and no objection, states one.
States one is admitted.
And Your Honor, I will publish it later in the hearing.
Okay.
And I have no other questions for Captain Ponder and the best witness.
Thank you. Any questions, Mr. Burbank?
Just several questions. Judge, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Yes, sir.
How you doing? How many phone calls, you're the custodian of the record, how many phone calls has Mr. Rhodes placed at your facility?
I can't tell you the total number. I haven't looked at every one of them.
Well, how much, do you have more than one?
Yes,
More than 100?
I couldn't tell you exactly, sir.
Well, because they're only asking about one phone call, correct?
Yes,
And so my question is, through your being the custodian of the record, would you acknowledge that he has made numerous phone calls since he's been at your facility?
I can't tell you how many phone calls he's made, but he has made phone calls at the facility.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. You were requested by the district attorney to retrieve the phone calls of Mr. Rhodes, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, who did that? Did you do it or did you have someone else do it?
I just verified the phone call came from our system. It is pulled from the DA's office.
Okay, so the DA's office has the number of calls that he made at that facility.
I can't tell you how many calls they called. I was only called reference to one.
So out of all of them, if I represent to you, they had numerous calls. They've only asked you to testify to one.
Yes.
And do you know who he was talking to?
No, sir.
Do you know who he was talking about?
No, sir.
And do you know how long he's been at your facility?
Not the exact time, no, sir.
You don't know when he was booked in?
No, sir.
Thank you. Pass the witness, Your Honor, subject to recall.
Thank you. Anything else, Mr. Nichols?
I have another question for Captain Ponder, Your Honor. I'd ask that he email out to return to duty.
Do you really anticipate any other questions, Mr. Burbank?
I don't foresee any, Judge.
If we need you back, Captain Ponder, just make yourself available, but you're free to go. Thank you.
Yeah.
You may call your next witness.
State calls David Wiley.
Good afternoon, sir. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Thank you, sir. You can have a seat. And Mr. Wiley, if you'll just pull that microphone kind of as close as you can and make sure you speak loud and clearly so that we can all hear you. And if it's a yes or a no question, be sure to say yes or no and not just a head nod or an uh-huh so the court reporter can take everything down.
Thank you.
You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wiley, David, would you give your full name to the court reporter, please?
David Wayne Wiley,
And what city do you live in?
Nederland, Texas.
Have you always lived in this area?
Yes.
Were you born here?
Dallas.
And how long have you lived in Jefferson County?
30 years.
Sir?
About 30 years.
Where were you living in the summer of 1999?
Beaumont.
In the city of Beaumont?
Yes.
What kind of work were you doing?
Tow truck driver.
And as a tow truck driver, did you work for Terry Rose?
Not at that particular time, but I did in the past.
So as of 1999, you had worked for Terry Rose?
Yes.
Were y'all friends?
Yes.
Y'all hang out socially?
Yes.
Do you recall a phone call from Terry Rose the evening of July 9th, 1999?
Yes.
What did he want?
We can meet him at Walmart on down the road.
Walmart on Dallin Road in the city of Beaumont.
Yes.
Did you meet him?
Yes.
Do you recall about what time this was?
Probably between 5 and 6, after 5 o'clock work.
You would have gotten off work at 5,
Yes.
and this happened shortly after that. Is that right?
Yes.
So when you went to Walmart to meet him, what did you see?
He was in Kim's car.
Now, when you say Kim, who is that?
Kim Langford?
Kimberly Langwell?
Yes.
Did you know her?
Yes. Yes.
Did you know her to be an ex-girlfriend of Terry?
Yes.
Did you know for them to be close and have lived together for some time?
Yes.
Were you surprised when you saw him with her car?
Somewhat.
What did he say or do when you got there?
He said he wasn't happy with the location and for me to follow him down the road
And where did you follow him to?
to the corner of Dowling and Phelan.
Is that known as the Westmont Center?
I believe it is. Used to be a Heritage store there and Market Basket and other businesses.
And what did y'all do there?
He parked the car and got in my vehicle and I drove him home.
You took him back to his house. Where was his house at the time?
On Glenburg,
About a mile away?
give or take.
Did you see him, what was said, or what did y'all talk about when you were dropping him off at his house?
Very little other than just I would see him to shoot pool later that night.
Did you go shoot pool with him that evening?
I did.
Where was that?
Corner pocket,
Now, where's the corner pocket in relation to where y'all left her car?
probably 60, 80 yards from there.
Same shopping center, isn't it?
Correct.
Same parking lot.
Yes.
Did he tell you at that point why he needed to move her car?
He did not.
Did y'all hang out, drink beer, shoot pool that night?
We did.
How was he acting?
Normal.
Did you see him the next morning?
I did.
What'd y'all do the next morning?
Ate breakfast at Iron Skillet.
And what was that conversation like at breakfast?
Just kind of normal conversation about plans for the day.
Did Kimberly Langwell come up in the conversation?
I don't remember if it did or not.
Well, when did you have a conversation with Terry Rose about Kimberly Langwell?
Sometime, it was either Friday night or the next day sometime, that he told me
What did he tell you?
that he had shot her.
Did he give you any detail as to how that happened or where he shot her?
All
only thing he told me was the back of the head.
That he shot Kim in the back of the head?
Correct.
Did you ask why or what happened or anything like that?
I think I was too dumbfounded to ask anything else.
Did he tell you anything else about shooting Kim?
No,
Did he indicate it may have been an accident or anything like that?
no,
Did he tell you where Kim was?
no,
At some point, did he tell you what he had done with Kim's body?
yes.
When was that?
I believe it was sometime that weekend
And what did he tell you?
that he had dug a hole in the slab and put her under the slab
The slab where?
in his house.
House on Lindbergh.
Yes, sir.
That's where he lived, correct?
Correct.
Did he tell you which bedroom?
So I believe he indicated it was the front bedroom closest to the street.
And what was your reaction to being told that your friend had shot and killed a woman and buried her in his home?
Shocked, and astonished, didn't know what to think.
Were you scared?
Absolutely,
Were you scared for your own life?
I was.
Now, the police asked you about this in 1999, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
And did you tell them the truth about what had happened and what Terry had said?
No, I did not.
Why not?
I was afraid that I was involved in something that was gonna have me in deep trouble.
And so you kept your mouth shut, didn't you?
I did,
You kept Terry's secret
I did.
for a quarter of a century. Is that right? In 2024, were you again interviewed by Beaumont Police and called as a witness to testify in front of the grand jury regarding the disappearance of Kimberly Langwell?
Yes, I was.
And did you at first maintain the same story that you had originally told the police, that you didn't know what happened?
Yes.
After you did that, what happened?
After the days started going by, the thoughts just got too deep, too hard on me. I just couldn't put up with it anymore.
Did you contact an attorney and through them reach out to the district attorney's office?
Yes.
Or Beaumont Police?
Yes.
And tell them what?
Told him what happened, what he told me.
You wanted to tell the truth.
Yes. I couldn't live with it any longer.
And then did you give a statement to the effect of what you told us earlier?
Yes, I did.
That Terry Rose admitted to you he shot and killed Kimberly Langwell, shot her in the back of the head, and buried her under the slab of his house.
Yes.
Was that the truth?
Yes.
25 years after it happened, what made you come forward?
I didn't want to live it any longer. Tired of it being on my conscience.
Had you told anybody during those 25 years what Terry had told you?
No.
Is there any, do you have regret for not telling the truth earlier?
Absolutely.
Is there something you want to say to Tiffany McGinnis and her family?
I wish I'd have came forward right when it happened.
Was it hard for you living 25 years knowing this secret?
Yes, very, very hard.
And you and I spoke about this. Is it weighing on you still, weighing on these years?
Yes.
At any point, did Terry bring this back up in the times you've seen him in the last 25 years?
No.
Have you seen him off and on since this?
Yes, I have.
And he never brought it up?
No.
I'll pass the witness. Thank you, Mr. Wells.
Thank you, Mr. Nicholas. Mr. Burbank?
Good afternoon, Ms. Wiley. Back in 99, July of 99, how many times did the police come and talk to you when it first happened?
Just once.
Just once? And did you take part in trying to find Kimberly?
No, I did not.
You realized that they were trying, or they were a big effort in trying to find out where she was? You realize that, right?
Yes.
Search parties, going out, putting flyers around, asking anybody and everybody, billboards, things like that.
Yes.
Did you take part in any of that?
No, I did not.
You said at one time you were an employee of Terry, right?
Yes.
After this incident, were you employed by him? Did you work for him?
One other time.
Okay, and how long did you work for him?
A year, maybe two.
Okay, and was he married at the time?
Oh, no.
Did he have people living at the house?
I don't think he did. It was strictly a business. I didn't go to his house to see if anybody was living there.
And during that time, do you know roughly how long you lived with them between 99 and 2024?
Live with who?
I mean, I worked for them, excuse me.
Oh, probably 2 years.
Okay. During that time, you would see him on a daily basis?
Generally,
Never said one thing to him saying, hey, man, you gotta say something to somebody?
no,
Never did. Never went to the police?
no.
Back in how many times did you talk to the police between the original time in 1999 and 2024 when they came to your house just before Thanksgiving?
None.
You had a chance to tell them when they came to your door, right?
Yes.
I think it was two detectives, Detective Wilson and Detective Tamayo.
Yes.
You didn't tell them that?
No.
After that, you were called back into the grand jury, correct?
Correct.
And you could have told them then.
Correct.
Did you have conversations? When did you start that? When did you actually stop talking to Terry after this incident? How long from today forward? I know he's been in jail since he's been arrested, but
The last time I spoke to Terry was in February at the swap meet in Conroe.
and what year was that? Is that 24 or 23?
24, I think.
24. So you basically have kept in contact with him up until the time he was placed into custody. You talked to the police, what, in April of 24? That sound about right? Or was it August? Well, April? May?
I'm not sure on the dates.
And you would agree not once until just recently, when I say that, within the year, last year, you said anything to anyone?
Correct.
Pass the witness, Judge.
I have no other questions, Mr. Wiley, Your Honor.
All right, any objection to Mr. Wiley being excused? Thank you, sir, you're excused. Do you want to move that microphone to the podium since we've changed? Would the microphone over here be better on the podium?
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes, sir. You may call your next witness.
State calls Heather Wilson, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Thank you. You can have a seat. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Detective Wilson, would you give us your name and introduce yourself to the court, please?
Heather Wilson, I work for the Beaumont Police Department as a detective.
And as a detective, what's your assignment? What do you do?
We're assigned criminal cases. We file those cases with the district attorney's office, make arrests.
And are you assigned to a particular division with Beaumont Police?
I know, yes.
What is that currently?
It's called the Persons Unit.
And how long have you been a detective with persons?
Almost 7 years, just shy of 7 years.
And how long have you been in law enforcement?
17 years.
Where did you start out?
As a patrol officer,
Here in Beaumont?
yes.
Did you attend a police academy?
I did, yes.
And what kind of certifications and trainings do you have that allow you to work as a police officer?
I have a master's peace officer's license and thousands of hours of training and anything from crime scene to interviews, firearms, stuff like that.
Okay. And in your work as a detective with persons, were you part of a team that essentially reopened the investigation into what was considered a missing persons case of Kimberly Langwell?
Yes, I was.
And when did y'all begin to reopen that investigation?
That was in the spring of 2023,
And when was Kimberly Langwell first reported as missing?
July 9th, 1999, or actually on the 10th, reported.
And you weren't working for Beaumont Police back then, were you?
I was not, no, sir.
But y'all essentially reopened that file and began re-interviewing witnesses and examining the evidence again, didn't you?
That's correct,
You, along with several other detectives in the persons unit.
correct.
And in the course of that investigation, y'all went back and interviewed some of the same witnesses who had been interviewed before.
We did, yes, sir.
And y'all interviewed David Wiley, is that correct?
We did.
And initially, did David Wiley maintain the same story he had told police in 1999, that he knew nothing about what happened to Kimberly Langlois?
That's correct. That was the same story he told us.
And after giving a sworn statement to that effect, did he want to revisit his statement with y'all?
Eventually, we asked him if he would take a polygraph to kind of gauge his truthfulness on that statement.
And so did David Wiley change his story from what he had originally told police?
He did, yes.
What information did he give you?
He provided us information that he had a conversation with Terry Rose, and Terry told him that he killed Kimberly on July 9th, 1999 inside his residence, and that he had planned to bury her under the slab of the house.
And well, was that quite a shock to hear?
It was, yes.
That confirmed what was initially suspected but never proven in the investigation
Correct.
from
Yes.
1999.
Yes.
So based on that information, did you and the other detectives with Beaumont Police obtain a search warrant for Terry Rose's house on Lindbergh in the city of Beaumont?
We did, yes, sir.
And what was the time frame for that search?
It started on June the 10th of 2024 and went to the 14th.
And it was
So
a search of his house and the several acres of property surrounding it?
Correct, yes.
Can you just summarize for the court how the search went and what you found?
We ultimately ended up finding human remains. We had started with calling in EquiSearch for assistance, and they brought in ground penetrating radar.
Texas EquiSearch is a volunteer organization that assists with missing persons,
Yes.
with locating bodies, with
Yes,
really helping find people and know what they do.
yes, and they were able to bring in the equipment that we needed to kind of help search the floor area that Mr. Wiley had indicated that she could be under. So
And with that ground scanning radar, what did they observe?
they observed an area in the front bedroom of the house that was, it appeared that it was missing a piece of rebar. So that's kind of where we focused our search on.
A normal concrete slab of a home is going to have rebar embedded in the concrete, isn't it?
Correct, that was an abnormal finding for them.
And so they were able to locate an area that had no rebar.
Correct,
Did y'all start digging?
we did, yes, sir.
How long did that go on for before y'all found anything?
Probably about an hour. Within the first hour, we found a pair of broken sunglasses, a keychain, and a lighter were the first pieces of evidence that we found that were definitely out of place.
And so at that point, did y'all believe y'all had found the grave of Kimberly Langlois?
We did. We knew we were in the right area. Yes, sir.
How is that site excavated and how is everything cataloged and preserved?
Yeah, so we were there with the FBI team who had like a crime scene unit with us, and we basically just started sifting through the dirt and the sand very slowly. We put that dirt and sand into buckets, which were brought out to a sifter, and we had a crime scene unit that was sifting very carefully through all that dirt. And
How long before y'all found what you believed to be human remains?
Maybe within an hour or two, pretty quick.
And eventually was what appeared to be a full skeleton located.
Right. Yeah, they first located 3 small bones that we were able to verify were human toe bones.
And so from there, they continued the excavation.
And then it took a couple more hours to kind of get to the main part of her remains, and she was wrapped in a blanket, and so luckily it appeared that everything was in there, but that's when we found the further extent of the rest of the bones. Yes, sir.
And those human remains, were they sent, well, first, an autopsy was performed locally, correct?
That's correct, yes.
And do you recall the findings of the autopsy? Did they
Yes.
observe any trauma or damage to the body?
Yes, she had a gunshot wound to the back of the head.
Can you indicate for me approximately where?
It was kind of towards the base of the skull, towards like where the spine would be.
And after the autopsy was performed, were her remains sent off for further examination by a forensic anthropologist?
They were sent to the University of North Texas in the Dallas area, and they have a forensic anthropology unit that further examined her.
And they compared her remains to known dental records, didn't they?
They did, yes.
And along with another surgical appliance in her foot, were they able to identify that as Kimberly Langwell's remains?
Yes, she had a screw in her foot from a previous surgery and a retainer in her mouth. So with dental and bone findings as well, they had.
And then after that analysis was done, were DNA samples sent off to a lab to compare with samples taken from her daughter, Tiffany McGinnis?
That's correct. We took a swab from Tiffany, and then we had DNA extraction from the remains that we found. And it was essentially a maternity test that confirmed that the remains were the mother of Tiffany McGinnis.
So 25 years after she went missing, Kimberly Langwell's body was discovered under Terry Rose's house. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yes, sir.
With a gunshot wound to the back of her skull, consistent with what David Wiley said Terry Rose told him he did.
Yes.
Shot her in the back of the head.
That's correct. Yes.
At any point in your investigation, has Terry Rose, or at least leading up to the investigation, did Terry Rose ever indicate he knew what happened to Kimberly Langwell?
No, he did not. We had interviewed him several times, and he indicated that he did not know where she was or what happened to her.
At the time this happened, he was considered a suspect, wasn't he?
He was.
He was the last person that admitted to having seen her and spoken to her.
That's correct.
But no physical evidence was discovered at the time of the crime.
That's correct.
Was there ever, once the body was found, was Terry Rose arrested?
He was, yes.
Was he given an opportunity to speak with Beaumont detectives?
He was. We tried to interview him immediately after his arrest.
And did he want to talk to y'all, give an explanation of what happened?
He did not. He said, nobody will believe me, and he didn't want to tell us his version of events at that time.
And at that point, he was placed under arrest and was formally charged with the murder of Kimberly Langwell.
That's correct.
In all this investigation, has there been any evidence to suggest this could have been an accident or unintentional act?
No, sir.
Bullet wound in the back of the head is pretty telling, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Hiding a body under your home for 25 years and lying about it, what does that indicate to you?
Yeah. I mean, it was a massive cover-up, for sure.
And over the years, no one else had come forward until y'all spoke with David Wiley and he finally came clean.
That's correct.
And based on his statements, y'all were able to locate Kimberly Langwell and bring this case to a close. Is that
We
correct?
were. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Detective Wilson. I'll pass it.
Mr. Burbank?
Just a couple of questions.
Sure.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How you been?
I'm well. How are you, sir?
You had a chance back in to go back over what happened back in 1999, the original case.
I did. Yes, sir.
And in your file, did you see or did you read anything in reference to a search of Mr. Rose's house?
Yes, sir.
And did your department go and search the inside of the residence?
They did. Yes.
And there was no indication whatsoever that the slab was,
They didn't document it too well as far as what they observed, but there was no notings of that anywhere. No, sir.
in reference to if this happened on July 7th, do you know how long after they possibly went in there to search the residence?
It was July 11th.
So it was within a couple, 3-4 days.
Yeah, 2 days.
And at that time, did Mr. Rose allow them to come in? I mean, it wasn't a search warrant. Did you read that he gave consent?
He did give consent, but again, it wasn't documented too well on if it was an indoor search or an outdoor search or a combination of both. But my assumption is that he did, that they did go inside.
The other thing that I noticed during the investigation is that you called in a number of witnesses again in front of the grand jury in 2024.
We did.
April, was it?
It was, yes, sir.
And were you present when Mr. Rose gave testimony in the grand jury?
I was, yes.
And were you present when the grand jury attorney asked whether or not he would consent for the law enforcement to go back into his house and search?
I was, yes.
It was kind of deep or intense. I mean, it went on for a little bit. And
Yes.
he never said, no, you couldn't do it. or no, you have to get a warrant?
Correct, yeah, he consented.
And when he went up to, well, sorry.
This courtroom hearing reveals a case that remained unsolved for 25 years, until a shocking confession and new evidence brought the truth back into the courtroom. Terry Rose now stands before Judge West after pleading guilty to the murder of Kimberly Langwell. But the details surrounding this case are far more disturbing than a simple confession. A former friend testified that Terry admitted he shot Kimberly in the back of the head and buried her beneath the concrete slab of his own home. Investigators later discovered human remains at that exact location, confirming the decades-old mystery surrounding her disappearance. But as the court prepared for sentencing,
And
one
you know
phone
if he
call
had an
revealed
attorney at
words
that
that
time?
deeply
He
affected
did not.
everyone inside the courtroom.
But he
The
elected
judge was
saying,
about to hear
"No one
statements
would
that would
believe me
completely
anyway,
change how she viewed the defendant's
I don't want to
actions.
talk to you."
He did.
When you did your investigation, and I think that the state questioned it, in your opinion, based on all the evidence that I received, and what I guess you had too, nothing in reference to any type of maybe lesser included manslaughter or negligence that would possibly be an option in this case?
No, sir,
You think it was intentional and knowingly?
I do,
And
yes,
it was
sir,
based on all the evidence and investigations?
yes, sir,
Total.
yes, sir.
Mr. Rose's criminal history? 0,
Yes, sir, he did not have one.
even after this incident?
Correct.
No run-ins with the law,
Correct, this was his first arrest
ever?
ever.
Thank you,
All
Detective.
right, thank you.
Next witness.
Thank you, Mr. Burbank. Mr.
I have no
Nichols?
questions for Detective Wilson. Your
Any
Honor.
objection to Detective Wilson being excused?
No.
Thank you, Detective, you're excused. You may call your next witness.
State calls Tiffany McGinnis, Your Honor.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're going to give in this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, you can have a seat. If you'll just kind of pull that close, just so everybody can hear you when you're answering. Thank you.
This good?
Yeah, it's good. Go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. Tiffany, would you give your full name for the court, please?
Tiffany Marie McGinnis.
And you're Kimberly Langwell's daughter, aren't you?
Yes, sir, I am.
So Tiffany, I'm sorry you have to be here.
You too.
But I want to go back and inform the court as much as we can about your mother and what life was like in 1999, okay?
Okay.
So in the summer of 1999, July of 1999, when your mother was murdered, how old were you?
I was 15 years old.
And did you live with your mother at that time?
I did.
Where did y'all live?
We lived on Josie Street in Beaumont.
And how long had y'all lived at that address?
Approximately, I don't know, 15 months, a little over a year.
And before that time, where had y'all been living?
We lived with Terry Rose,
At his house on Lindbergh.
1655 Lindbergh.
How long did you and your mother stay at that address?
5 years.
Now, what was your mother's relationship with Terry Rose?
He was her boyfriend
For how long?
for those 5 years.
During the time that y'all lived there, is that right?
Yes, sir. I believe I was in 3rd grade until 8th grade, yes, sir.
So for the year and change before your mother passed away, had she and Terry been dating?
Yes.
Well, at what point did they stop seeing each other?
To my understanding, whenever we moved out of his home.
And so when y'all moved out, was that the end of their relationship as far as you knew?
As far as their relationship as boyfriend, girlfriend, and my understanding as a 15-year-old, that was the end of them. He would still come around, but That was my understanding of what was going on.
And then the months before your mother was murdered, had she started seeing somebody new?
She was,
Who was that?
his name was Ken Weatherford.
And did they have a serious relationship?
I believe so, yes.
Did y'all spend a lot of time together?
We did.
July 9th, 1999. Do you remember the last conversation you had with your mother?
Of course.
And can you tell the court what that was?
She called me and she had just gotten off work. She told me that we had made plans that day that we were gonna go out to eat with her boyfriend Ken for dinner. She wanted to make sure that I had invited a fun friend that day because she was in a good mood and she was trying to make Ken feel better about something that he was going through. She was happy, and she told me that she was gonna stop by Terry's, that she had to help him with something. I don't know, it was something about hanging a board or something. I didn't really pay attention to it.
Did that seem weird to you at the time that she would be going by Terry's house, or did that happen fairly often?
I don't remember her stopping by Terry's house very often. I know that they talked and that he was around. She knew that I didn't like Terry and that I had gotten to the point with her that I had stopped giving her grief about it. You know, she had a new boyfriend and I just concentrated on the fact that we had plans that evening and moved on with things.
And so, roughly what time was it that she called you?
It was after work and she had gotten, you know, she usually left work around 5, so maybe around 5:30.
When did you think something may be wrong?
Whenever she didn't show up, it was odd. She didn't just not show up for things. Whenever I started paging her that evening and Terry told me he didn't know where she was.
So, after you didn't hear from her, did you call Terry?
I did.
You asked him if he knew where your mother was.
I did.
What did he tell you?
He told me that she had left.
That she had left his house?
Yeah.
And did he have any idea where she was going at that point?
No.
What'd you do next?
I started texting my mother. We had a code, you know, like an emergency code because of something that had previously happened before. So I texted her 911. That let her know that, you know, like I was worried, please call me. And I never got a response.
So were you home alone while this was going on?
Kim stayed there for a while before he decided that he was gonna go home. I can't remember how long, it's been a very long time now. And my friend that was supposed to go out to eat with us that night eventually showed up and stayed with me that night.
You know that her car was located in the Westmont Shopping Center by what used to be Eckerd's Drugstore. When was the car located?
I knew about it the next day. Apparently, her boyfriend Ken had seen it on his way home the night before.
Did you go to the shopping center?
Me and my aunt did, yes.
Who's your aunt?
Susan Butts.
And y'all could tell it was her car, couldn't you?
Yes, absolutely.
So did y'all call anyone for help?
We did.
Who?
We called Terry Rose for help.
And what did Terry do?
He came and unlocked the car.
Did he linger? Did he stay around?
That was it. He stopped, he unlocked the car and immediately got in his wrecker and left.
Did he say anything?
I don't remember.
Do you remember, was he acting unusual? Was he angry? Acting weird?
No, I was used to Terry asking me questions where my mom was, what she was doing, so to me it was strange that he asked nothing. Whenever he left, I remember looking at my Aunt Susan and saying, that was strange.
He gave you a bad feeling, didn't he?
Yeah, it did.
What would have been normal for you, 15-year-old you, is Terry would have been asking, where's your mom, what's she doing? Is that right?
100%.
So, at what point did y'all get the police involved?
We actually had gotten them involved before we went and saw the car. I had called my aunt the next morning and reported, she told me to call the police, and we reported the fact that my mother didn't come home. And it seemed like because she was an adult, there was really nothing that they were gonna do at that time.
Once the car was located, did they ramp up the investigation a bit?
I don't remember. I remember that they didn't come out there with us to see the car. I don't know at what point that they got more involved, but sometime soon after.
Can you explain to the court what those first few days were like, not knowing where your mom was or what had happened to her?
It was terrifying. It was shocking because I had just talked to her. She was just on the phone with me, and she was excited for our plans. She was joking with me. And so I was lost. I didn't know what to think.
At this point, you're 15 years old?
Yeah. 15, my mom is the person that I go to for everything. No siblings, it's just been her and I. So, lost, very lost.
As those days turned into weeks and then months and then years, can you tell us what that was like?
You know, the first year, I think I threw myself into anything I could to try to get through life, to not think about the fact that she wasn't there. But then you go home and you don't go home to your mom anymore.
Where were you staying?
I was staying with my Aunt Susan. And so life is different. It looks very different. We spent a lot of time going to the police station, a lot of time doing vigils and posting posters and anything that my aunt could do to try to figure out where she was, what happened.
You said you all put up posters and was there physical searching go on, people looking for her?
Yes.
Were there billboards?
There was a billboard.
Do you know who put that billboard up?
Terry Rose did.
Terry Rose put up a billboard to help find your mom.
Yeah. To find my mom when he knew where she was at.
So, as about how old are you now?
I'm 42.
And a couple of years ago, when the investigation gets reopened, and there's progress being made, and then David Wiley finally comes forward and says, here's what happened. I'm sure you were, every step of the way, following what the police were doing.
Absolutely.
When did you find out they had found your mother's body, or her remains?
June 13th, 2024.
What were you doing?
I was actually driving to Belmont. I knew the search was going on. I had been in constant contact with Heather Wilson, and I actually was driving very close to Lindbergh. I'd just gotten off work early, and she called me and said, hey, we found human remains. And I just screamed and pulled over my car.
For 25 years, she was missing. Now she's been found.
Yeah.
After they recovered her remains and did the testing, the DNA testing, and said, yes, we know this is Kimberly Langwell, were you able to have a funeral? When was that?
Say that again, I'm sorry.
Were you finally able to lay her to rest?
Yes, sir, we were.
When was that?
That was October of last year.
Of 24.
Yes, sir.
Tiffany, you know, we have essentially an agreement where Terry Rose pled guilty to the murder of your mother. And as part of that, Judge West can sentence him anything up to 40 years.
Yes, sir.
What are you asking the court to do today?
I would like him sentenced to at least 40 years. I think he deserves that.
And you and I've spoken, there's not a number that really makes this right, is it?
No, there never will be.
Thank you. I'll pass it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions, Mr. Burbank?
No questions.
All right, thank you, ma'am. You can step down.
Thank you.
Let me call your next witness.
Your Honor, I'd like to publish State's Exhibit 1 at this time.
Sure.
No, just a portion.
We can save time, Judge, because I was going to ask that be published in its entirety. I can redo it.
How much is it? How long?
It's a 15-minute phone call, Your Honor.
Okay.
If you want me
You
to
can
play.
play, you can play your part now, and then you can play your part in a minute, or you can play the whole thing, whatever you want to do. I'm fine either way.
Thank you. Please remain on the line. Hold for acceptance. This is a prepaid call from
Terry Rose.
your call has been accepted.
Hello? Hey, I don't know. Maybe she just don't want to have to deal with this trial and trying to hide and stay away from it because she don't.
Your Honor, for the record, I have forwarded to just past the 10-minute mark on this phone call to play my portion.
Okay.
Like all this stress and shit. I hear that. Well, I don't know. I'm gonna just let it go for a while. My trial is, my pre-trial is December the 8th. I'll go down there and hopefully they'll make me an offer. If they will offer me 25, I'll sign on that and we'll be done. If they try to offer me anything else or they don't offer me anything else, well then we'll just go to trial. Yeah. Because, trial is like 5 to 99. Okay, I could get as little as 5 years or as much as 99. They're not going to give nobody 99. I'm not like a psychopath, sociopath, crazy ass, I'm not none of that. I had a bad day, I dealt with it wrong, I fucked up, and I'm got to deal with it. So, the only problem is the judge and the prosecutor both the judge is running for re-election, the prosecutor's running to be a judge, so they're going to try to use my shit because it's so high profile shit to make them look good. So I'm pretty sure I won't get much of an offer at all. Because that 40-year offer was like an insult. I'm 68 years old. 40 years, you got to do 20, so I'd be 88, and then I go before the parole board, and Tiffany's going to be there to say no, and then I got to wait another 6 months and go again, possibly. I'll be fucking 90 years old before I get out, and then I got to deal with parole for the rest of my life? Oh, fuck no. No, I'm sorry. I'm not accepting. Oh, no, man. She's in her 40s. People die in their 40s and 50s all the time. That'd be sweet. Yeah, that'd be sweet. I will pee in a cup, send it to y'all to pour on her grave. I'd do that. You good lying bitch. Oh, yeah, I'll fix it right up. Since she would have been honest and said, look, I was out messing around on you, I could have just walked away, not had a problem, and none of this shit would have been a problem. But no, she had to keep her mom's secrets. I didn't know. I kind of suspected one, but I didn't know if she had a fucking harem. But anyway. So I don't know.
State of Texas rests, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Burbank. Thank you, Mr. Nichols. Mr. Burbank?
re-arrest. I didn't know what section he was going to play, and I'm fine.
Is there more that I need to hear?
No,
All right, so no other witnesses, no witnesses, Mr. Burbank?
no, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Burbank, you may make argument.
Hey, police court, counselors. As you well know, we've been doing this a long time, Your Honor. I guess I longer than you, and there are no winners in this case. Problem with this case is that it was, I guess, called upon or detected or police were notified and she was found. It might have turned out differently, or there were other facts and circumstances that might have arose. There's a couple of things I'd like you, but it didn't. And no matter how you look at it, Your Honor, if there were facts and circumstances at the time of this incident, they are bygone, and they're not here anymore because of the 25 years of where that person was, Kimberly was placed. And that's the sad part about this. When you look at this and you look at people in reference to representing him as a defense attorney, I look at things. For instance, in State's Exhibit number 1, I wanted to make sure that the court realized that he, no matter what, he was not talking about Kimberly Langwell. He was talking about the daughter. And as the court is well aware, there is also a civil trial going on in reference to, with her family.
So
and
dumping pee on the grave was whose grave? Who's he talking about?
he's talking about the daughter.
What
and
daughter?
not her, not Kimberly.
The daughter's alive.
I know, they were talking about it.
Okay.
Because, and it had to deal with the civil case that's currently pending.
Okay.
It was not,
Okay.
it was not for Kimberly. And it's reflected in that, Judge, in reference to things that supposedly she should have done about telling about Mom. You have a gentleman here, though, unlike a lot of other cases that you see before this court, that has no record. He has gone 68 years, and there is no record. There is nothing there that says he's lived a troubled life, in the sense of that he's had a secret. He has, and I asked the court to take judicial notice of the 2 letters that were written, one from his aunt and one from his daughter. One of the things that I believe that was brought out, he is relieved at what happened. It has been eaten on him, just as Mr. Riley. He's sorry for what he did. He's tried to explain within the PSI and in reference to the version that he has given. I can't tell you what, if any, consideration that you may be able to give him based on the ultimate facts and what's happened. But you have an individual that has not been in trouble, that has been employed, except he kept a secret. And he kept a secret to the detriment of a family that was grieving at the time, and wanted to know where their loved one was, especially a 15-year-old girl, and that he can't erase. I would ask for any consideration, if any, of course, of his age, because of the nature of the offense of being 3B under the Texas Code of the Penal Code and Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. So any consideration that you might give, but there's a cap for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Burbank. Mr. Nichols, can you play that again for me, please? I just want to make sure
I can, Your Honor. I'll represent to the court. He's not talking about Kimberly Langwell.
Okay.
And I'll make it part of my argument.
Okay, go ahead then.
The phone call you heard, Judge, was him talking about how it greatly inconvenienced his life to have to deal with the parole board should he ever make it that far. And that no doubt Tiffany McGinnis would tell the parole board not to let him out early. That's what he's complaining about. And his son, who's the other end of that phone call, mentions, well, maybe something will happen to him and she'll die. She's in her 40s. And his response to that is, I would gladly pee on her grave, Your Honor. And the reason I play that, along with a lot of the other evidence we heard today, shows this man has no remorse, no feeling whatsoever for what he did to Tiffany's mother and what he's done to this
Don't talk,
family.
if you want to testify, you can get up here and testify. Otherwise, you have refrained from doing that, and so stop talking.
And on that call, he blames a then 15-year-old girl for not telling him that her mother had moved on. And that's sick and twisted, Your Honor. No more sick and twisted than living in a home with your murdered ex-girlfriend under your floor. A home that he later shared with his common law wife. A home that no doubt people came and went in for the last 25 years. With Kimberly Langwell buried in a shallow grave under her. Every step of the way has been a slap in the face to Kimberly's family. Every step of this is just inhumane. To go there the next day and open up the car for them, knowing what you did. To tell somebody and expect them to keep the secret for 25 years. To put up a billboard and pretend you're trying to help find her is, it is vile, it is inhuman, and it is not worthy of any consideration from the court, Your Honor. The cap is 40 years because of his age. And I'm asking the court to enforce that full 40 so Terry Rose spends what's left of his life behind bars, Your Honor, because that's what he deserves. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Nichols.
You want us to rise, Your Honor?
I don't care. It's not often that I'm at a loss for words, and honestly, it's because I have too many words. And anything I say is not going to help Tiffany and her family other than getting this over with, which is why I pushed this to get done today and not wait until the end of the year or the first part of next year. But there's just certain things that I can't even look past to not point out. The fact on that phone call that you said you're not a psychopath is just beyond me. Who isn't a psychopath that kills someone that they once cared about and buries them in their house and lives on top of them for 25 years? I would think that's the definition in Webster's dictionary of a psychopath. It's not a bad day. It's a bad 25 years for her. I mean, it's the nonchalantness about how you spoke about this told me way more than I really needed already with what I had. But that is just the fact that you think for some reason that me running for re-election or Mr. Nichols running for election has anything to do with what we're doing today. It does not. You can ask anybody here, any of this law enforcement. I've never made a decision because of politics, and I never will. And Tiffany's right. 40 years isn't enough. There is a part of me that wishes I had not accepted this plea agreement and that we had gone to trial last week. Because I do think a jury would have given you life for 99 years. I actually do. If they had heard that, you would have gotten that. And the fact that you thought you wouldn't is the most narcissistic thing I think I've ever heard in my entire life. So, there's just so much more. The billboard, it's insane. It's psychotic. That's what it is. I'm going to find that you previously entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. I hope that today gives Tiffany at least some final closure on all of this and her family. I'm going to sentence you to a term of 40 years in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Corrections. If I had 50, I'd give you 50. If I had 60, I'd give you 60. Whatever it was that the cap was going to be, after hearing all this, it would have been whatever it was. You will receive credit on that sentence for any time that you've been in custody that the law gives you the right to receive. You're going to be handed a trial court certification that shows this was an agreement, so you have no right to appeal, which also
After 25 years of unanswered questions, the Kimberly Langwell case finally reached a conclusion in court. Terry Rose pleaded guilty to Kimberly's murder, and Judge West sentenced him to 40 years in the Texas Department of Corrections. The court heard emotional testimony from Kimberly's daughter Tiffany, investigators who helped locate the remains, and witnesses connected to the original investigation. Evidence presented during the hearing showed that Kimberly's remains were discovered beneath Terry Rose's home, with investigators confirming a fatal gunshot wound. The judge explained that the sentence was not only about crime itself, but also about the years of pain experienced by Kimberly's family while searching for answers. This case shows the lasting impact of justice delayed and the importance of finally giving victims' families the truth they deserve. If you found this case as intense as we did, hit that like button. Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more powerful courtroom breakdowns.